Hello. All right, give me a second while I do my thing. Can you believe it's been 4 days and we're almost done with the challenge? I'm just super excited about all the participation and all the great information you guys have been posting throughout this week. And I really, really, really hope that this week has been beneficial to you as you go through the planning of your launch, and that you've learned a lot of stuff about what's required in a launch. So I am going to do a recap today and tomorrow as we start to wind down, us finishing, and then kind of go over next steps. But I've been reading y'all's posts and reading your information, and I'm just so excited about what you guys got going on. And I know that life happens, and many of you are working full-time jobs and trying to keep up. May be a little bit difficult, so I do want to talk a little bit about that today as well. So give me a second, and also make sure I've got my computer. While I finish inviting everyone. All right. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Hi, Latrice. How are you doing today? All right. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Awesome, Naya. You guys have really put in a lot of work this week, and so I'm really excited about your products and your services and all of that. And I will have to tell you, this week has been, physically, at least from a health wise, probably one of the worst health weeks I've ever had. Besides trying to recover from a cold, I've had a little bit of I don't know if it was a relapse or whatever, but last night I had a fever. And so today I'm really taking it easy. So I'm not moving around too much and trying to keep, I went out the house yesterday and it was raining and cold. So I don't know if my body was like, that's just crazy. So I'm in the house today. But I appreciate you guys bearing with me and my horribly ratchet voice that I've had this week. So let me just make sure I keep up with the comments. Hi, Nicole. How are you doing? All right, so let's get started. So let's just kind of do a recap of where we are for the week. I'm actually in my living room and I'm not, moving around. My eyes are watering again, so I'm hoping I'm not like getting sick. I don't know. Anyway, just so let's do a recap. So this week, I actually earlier, about 20 minutes ago, I posted the scoreboard. So we've got some ties. I think Naya, Nicole, and Lila are tied for first place. So over today and tomorrow, and even some over the weekend, I will be giving some bonus opportunities. So do look out for that, because I would like to break the ties. I think there's ties for first place and even third place. So I will be giving some bonus opportunities so you guys can take a chance to post in that, participate in that so that we can hopefully break the ties that we've got. But that just lets me know that you guys are really in it. And obviously it's more than just the prize, right? Because this is your business and this is what is your passion. And hopefully, again, it's my hope that you've gotten a whole lot out of this challenge. I designed the challenge for several reasons. And one of those reasons is that I meet a lot of people throughout my business where, they want marketing services and they really believe that they're ready to start marketing or advertising their companies or businesses or products. And it became pretty clear to me that that's not always the case. And, me being a business owner and having been doing this for some time, and I remember, I've often thought that I was ready to launch. And then when I launched, it was pretty disappointing. And I do take my business serious, as I'm sure you all do as well. So when you launch, and you've launched to not to a crowd that's not there or no one buys your products, it kind of hurts your heart. So I wanted to design this challenge really to bring to mind what it really does take to get a successful challenge. I've been doing this for years. And I sort of taken for granted what it takes to do it. And even in my own businesses, I've done it professionally. But even in the launching of my own products and services, I've forgotten some very critical basic items. So hopefully this week that has brought to light some of the things that you need to consider. So, I'm going to just do a recap, and I'll do another recap tomorrow. But, the first day, what we focused on was really making sure that you understood that you don't launch your core product to strangers. You launch, you have to introduce yourself and your business to strangers. And so you need to create a stranger, and you need to have a middle of the road offer, and then you have your core offer. I've seen some pretty amazing videos and posts this week about what you guys' plans are for your stranger offer, what your acquaintance and your BFF offers are. You guys have really done a great job of thinking through that and really understanding what it means to have those different level of offers. Really, your launch needs to be a ramp up, right? A ramp up of attracting as many new people to your business as you can. It's great to rely on friends and family, but oftentimes, if you're in business, it's not because you want to just sell to your friends and family. You want to attract as many people that you believe that you can service and help or who would benefit from your products. So there's a process by which we do that. That's what we did in day one. Day two, we took a look at all of the ways that you can communicate your offers, how you, not obviously all of the ways, but I gave you a lot of different communication and marketing channels that you can use when extending these offers out, right? There's channels that are great for strangers, acquaintances, to continue and nurture those relationships. And then if you already have existing lists or you're building those people who have already purchased from you, how you continue to make your BFF offers to them. And then yesterday we talked about, what did we talk about yesterday? Oh, we talked about your events. Which events are you going to have, right? Are you going to have virtual? Or are you going to have live events? How many events are you going to do it? I explained to you yesterday in yesterday's live that the best thing for you to do is to plan multiple events, right? They don't all have to be live events, but it takes 7 to 9 times for you to touch a person before that they actually buy. So this is really a ramp up, right? So you want to be ramping up not only the excitement, but the number of people that like, and trust your brand and your products. You want to be ramping up to sort of the cliffhanger, right? So the big hurrah, which is the actual launch date where you make this available to the general public, right? And to all those people that meet your criteria, and that you're actually launching to people that are a part of your circle that actually know you, like you, and trust you, because you've extended that time to do it, and you've been spending that time doing that and creating value in their life already. So they're ready and they're waiting for the release of this product because they're super excited about it. All right, so that's been the last 3 days. Today is really putting all of that together, and based on all of the offers and your activity and what you're going to do, it's really deciding on what your launch date's going to do, and then putting some tentative milestones together for each of those phases that I talked about, the attract phase, the ramp up phase, and the countdown phase. What's your launch date going to be, right? So now that you know that you've got these offers, you've got to attract strangers, you've got to build up that relationship. What is now going to be your launch date? And indeed, the question that I ask you in today's live is, based on what you've learned over the last 3 days going into the 4th day, are you really ready to launch? And if not, that's okay. You can still launch, but now you know that you really need to take some time and thought into planning that launch. And so if you're not as ready as you thought you were when you started this challenge, still okay. You have time, right? Time's on your side. Unless of course you're trying to beat market, or there's some competitor that's trying to get out there, but still I wouldn't recommend rushing it. So today is all about kind of sitting down with a calendar, with the activities that you've got planned, your events that you've got planned, the amount of time that I recommend for each of the phases. Those are recommendations. You can accelerate it, but again, I always say it's time or money, right? If you want to accelerate it, then you want to probably invest a lot more money in terms of how you are getting people to visible to your products and services. So potentially expending more money on advertising and marketing so that you can expand your sphere of influence. So that's how you could accelerate the time if that's something that's important to you. But nonetheless, today is all about the planning. So first phase, I had mentioned to you guys yesterday that when I do my launches, I plan my launch. So depending on the type of product and service it is, I will go anywhere from 90 days, start my launch activities anywhere from 90 to 60 days before the actual release of the product. And for me, my products are online programs or digital products, or coaching packages or that type of thing. So when I say launch, that means from the day that the actual program starts, or the day that I'm available to start taking appointments to, or not appointments, but that I actually start coaching for that particular program. So, for example, ready to launch the product takeoff, the actual online program for this, that is launching on January 3rd. So that just gives you perspective, right? I mentioned to you over the course of the week what my channels are. I use paid advertising. I use Facebook advertising for paid channels. My acquaintance channel is Facebook groups and email campaigns. I will be expanding next year into, I also do lives. I do Facebook lives. Next year I'll be expanding to Instagram lives. I do social media activities on both Facebook and in Instagram. And I'm just all over the place, right? Because I want as many people to see and hear my message as possible. So I have a full-on attack in terms of who I'm exposing my product and service to. And again, and I'm not even really talking about my BFF product. I'm talking about just building the relationships, building my know, like, and trust, so that people know that I am an authority in this business and that I do know what I'm talking about, and that and then one of the acquaintance offers is the challenge, right? So you're participating in the challenge, right? You will, by the conclusion of this, have 5 full days of activities that really have hopefully exposed you to what it takes to have a successful launch. So For me, I start 60 to 90 days out. Again, depending on the product, how big the product is will dictate if I start 90 or 60 days out. And then from there, I develop a plan. What am I going to be doing during this attraction period? What are the offers I'm going to be doing? What am I going to be doing during the acquaintance period? What's that timeline? How long am I going to allow for that? What's my follow-up process? How many events am I going to have? How engaged am I going to be from a ramp up perspective? How do I keep my community excited about what it is that I'm talking about and the products that I'm offering? That's the same thing that you need to do as well. So I'm going to pause for a second and I'm going to ask, do you guys have any questions? Did you have a chance to take a look at the today's lesson? Do you have any questions about today's lesson? And based on what I've just communicated in terms of 60 to 90 days, what are your thoughts about that? Do you have a launch date in mind? And do you feel like based on your participation of this week, are you ready to launch? How do you feel like about your readiness for launching? So let me get my computer up and see what you guys are saying. I always have to give it a little bit of a lag because it always takes some time for the two to catch up. Okay, perfect. Nicole, you said that you're posting both homeworks today. That's great. Hi, Hillary. Nice to see you. Bree, nice to see you as well. There was a problem with the link again today. I've made sure that tomorrow's link is fixed. So you all, I also posted the item in the group as well. So you should have that in the group. Today's all right, let me see. Do you guys have any questions? No questions? Are you guys quiet today? Hey, Carla, nice to have you on today. Hey, Hillary, nice to have you on as well. All right, so you guys aren't really asking any questions, so I'm assuming that you guys understand what I meant by building out your schedule and deciding on your launch date. So I like to back into my dates. I'm feeling pretty good so far. Great, Naya, that's good. And I think you had mentioned yesterday or maybe the day before that you're going to be launching in March, which is perfect timing. I think that you were starting some of your activities this month upcoming. I think you said you were doing a vision board party next month. So some of the things I'd recommend for you is, I know you said friends and family. I don't know if that's a paid vision board or if you're doing that for free. Is it paid or is it a free vision board party? I'm assuming you're doing it virtually as well. Or is it in person? I mean, I'm making an assumption, but maybe it is in person. Yeah, I like to work backwards. I always I like to, like, if I have a product, and I have a product idea. I actually have a new product idea. I'm actually thinking about doing, it's paid. Okay, so if you already have an existing list, then certainly I would offer that to your existing list. If you have people, I mean, I don't know how expensive it is, but if it's if it's less than $50 or something like that, I mean, that would be a good introductory offer for someone who is already on your email list. I would create an email campaign. It's on December 19th and it's paid, and it's a live event. Okay. So, I would extend that if you have an existing email list. I would extend that offer out. I'd create an email campaign and extend it out to your email list, and invite them to that and tell, with the series of emails that, make it attractive for them, or, let them know what the benefits are for joining and how that's going to help them, going into 2018. And then I would also, maybe drop just a sneak peek into your offer that you're launching in 2018, to let them know that it's coming, but obviously that the focus is, okay, $7,500 per person. Yeah, I mean, if you've been nurturing this email list and they're familiar with your product, that may not be too high of a price point for them. So I would, your list better than I do. So if it's people on your list that know you and they know what you're about and they know, then them expending, $75 or $100 per couple won't be out of line. They'll be excited to do that. And certainly if you have people who have already purchased from you in the past, then absolutely you need to extend it to your existing purchasers. Because as I will tell you, if you're not already aware, it is so much people who have already purchased from you are 6 times likely to purchase from you again. So you always want to start with people who have purchased with you when you start with your paid offers. Start with them, extend your offers out to them again. You always want to connect benefits to the reason why the offer is something that would benefit them and would meet their needs. But you absolutely extend to your existing customer base first. And then if it's for a group of people who haven't worked with you before, that are on your list and maybe have not purchased from you, then you'll want to do maybe a series of emails that get them into, that build up to the extension of the invitation. But December 9th it's exactly a month away from today. So good luck with that. I'm super excited to hear about the results of that. All right, so you have your date established already, or at least you have your month established. I would love for you to sort of put a little bit more concreteness to that, to exactly kind of think it through a little bit in terms of what these phases are for you and dates, and then put a hard date in the sand. Because tomorrow's topic is all about promoting. So you can imagine what I'm going to ask you to do tomorrow once you've picked your date, right? All right, you have a co-authored a book and have a list of those individuals who bought the book. That's great. And I hosted a lunch and learn on chapter in the book and got a lot of good feedback. All right, that's great. I would absolutely extend your vision board offer to those people who purchased the book, because that's just another great way for them to engage with you, and they've already purchased from you. So absolutely, I would tailor a special email series to them versus the people who haven't purchased to you. So you do want to segment that list out. All right. Now, you said venue, so I assume that this is a live event. I would, for those people who purchased the book, I would make this sort of a book signing too. Have them bring their book and you sign the book, right? You want to endear people to you as much as possible. So, and then take pictures with them and make sure that you post, particularly if it's a live event, post pictures. Make sure you have a photographer who's going to be there taking a bunch of pictures, because you'll want to use all of these pictures and these events as promotional information for the launch of your 7-week program. So it's all connected and all tied together. So you take into account that every event that you do is tied together. And so you'll just want to have great, social evidence of the attendance and people having a good time. You'll want to get testimonials. Just take all of that. Absolutely, yes. Always take live events as opportunities to sell more of your hard physical products. So if you have the books, absolutely bring them. I would even take pre-order sales to the books. Dude, I'd co-use this event as an opportunity to sell books too. And then, get people to sign up to a waiting list for your program. do a soft introduction of the program to them in this at the conclusion of your girl. Like every event is the lead up to the major event, right? So even though this is a paid event, this is an introductory to your 7 week program, right? So you'll want to take a VIP list and get people who come to the event, do a soft introduction of the program at the conclusion of your event, and let people know that it's coming. Ask them to join your VIP list so that you have a starting running list for people who are interested in the event. Yep, perfect. Naya, you're killing it. That's great. I'm super excited for you. I can't wait to see the pictures and to see all about it. All right. Does anyone else have any questions or comments? But right now, today is about picking your launch date. If you decide, and I know there was one lady who was on, I think she posted and she said that she was, how do you do pre-orders? Pre-orders for what? Who asked that question? How do you do pre-orders? Pre-orders for your products. You set up a sales page and you call it pre-orders and you say, you set up a sales page and the sales page has all the benefits of your products, has all of your information about your products, and you have a buy now button on the page, and you allow them to purchase, and you let them know in the buy instructions that it won't be available until your launch date. But if they want to get in, and obviously you make pre-orders attractive, right? So you give them a reason to want to pre-order, right? But that's one of the things that we go over in the program, in the product takeoff program, is how do you set up pre-orders? How do you get your sales page ready? How do you really get all of this stuff ready? Because everything is a step, like it's a step and a step and a step and a step leading to the launch, right? So like Naya, so for y'all, if you're not following Naya, Naya is a success coach, and she is doing she's going to launch in March or maybe February. So sometime in first quarter, or maybe she's launching in second quarter and preparing in first quarter. But she's a success coach, and she is doing a vision board party, which is a great acquaintance offer. I can't remember exactly what her stranger offer is, but I think it's a tip sheet, or you'll have to remind me. Now I have to go back and look. But she's got a stranger offer that she's going to be doing with Facebook ads, but she's got an existing client base or existing list, and she's going to be offering a paid vision board party. And so that vision board party is to her people who are already familiar with her and know her. She's written an ebook, which is a great stranger offer. Her ebook happens to be paid, a great acquaintance book. But anyway, she's already got people that are familiar with her. So she is not necessarily starting from, zero. She can start in the middle in terms of her promotions. So she's got this vision board party. And the recommendations that I just made to her are all around how does she start to plant the seed to her existing clients that she's got a program that's coming, right? So you want to invite your existing clients to your offer, but at the conclusion of your event or whatever, you want to plant the seed to let them know that you've got this big program that's coming and that you want them to join the list. Particularly if it's that far away, you want them to join the list, stay on the information list. So as she releases more information, she can then get them involved. And she's already then started to grow her BFF list to the offer. So she doesn't have to start all the way from the stranger for the people who are on our VIP list, because they already know her and they're already going to be super pumped after attending her vision whiteboard party. They're going to be super psyched out about that. They're already in love with her at this point, at the conclusion of the party. So her going directly into a sale about when she starts really actively promoting the program, those people on that list is who she should start with, and maybe even do a pre-launch to them and, vet the program out with a few people. But that is really sort of the ramping up that we're talking about. That's right. The D's. That's right. That's right. So she's having a an information sheet as her stranger. So that will be a great stranger offer to do with Facebook ads. So she'll run ads. People who opt into that D list will be then people that she nurtures into following the rest of her her launch process. So Naya, I'm really excited. I'm super excited for all of you guys. Not just calling Naya out, but, Naya's the one who's doing the responding. But what I want to say is because Nicole has mentioned something that, and there was another lady earlier in the week who mentioned that, this challenge, let her know that she was not as ready to launch as she thought she was, right? But at least now that she's got the information so that when she is ready to launch, she can really hit it out of the park. And that's really the objective of the challenge. So the challenge is not to make you feel bad. It's not to make you feel like, oh shit, I just don't have my stuff together. It's really just, I designed it to really be an eye opener, right? Really to help you understand what it takes for you to be successful in your launch, really what it's going to be for you to think through all of the things that make a successful launch. Now, it may be overwhelming to you, so sorry, there's somebody calling me, decline this message. It may be overwhelming to you, and you may be like, oh my God, this is bullshit, right? Sometimes when you get stuff that's overwhelming, you're like, this is bullshit. I can't do all this. This is crazy. She's crazy. What is she talking about? But, well, that's what I'm here for, right? Is to tell you is that it may be overwhelming, the amount of stuff that you've got to do. I mean, Carla just asked, how do you do pre-orders, right? There's a lot to doing it, but really, if you're launching, you've got a product or a service, physical or non-physical, right? It could be digital or physical product. I had one customer, one customer, and she's like, I don't have physical products. I just sell services. I'm a hairdresser. How do I launch? I don't have physical. I can't launch like this. I don't need a sales page. And I'm like, bullshit. Yeah, you can absolutely follow the process. You're getting ready to, you want to build up sales for Christmas, right? You really should have been thinking about your Christmas holiday season in September. And if you were following me in September, I said you should have been thinking about Christmas in September, right? You don't start in December thinking about Christmas unless you already have a large existing fan base or an existing email list or existing customers that you are marketing to, right? Because again, 6 times likely to purchase from you again if you already have the list. But if you're just starting out and you're launching a product in December, you can't just come out in December, build your website and be like, ta-da, I'm here, and think it's going to be okay. I mean, I'm not trying to be flip and I'm not trying to make you feel bad about it, but it happens all of the time and I've done it myself. But what I'm trying to say is it takes more work than for you to just create your product. You really need to put some thought in how you're going to attract people to your product, how you're even going to communicate to existing customers and let them know that you have a product, right? And the timing of that. So anyway, if it is overwhelming to you, don't be overwhelmed because I do have a program that will help step you through this. Step you through and help you really get not just the ideas formulated, but actually get you into implementation, right? Actually building that stranger offer, building out that acquaintance offer, what it's going to take for you to get your pre-orders made, right? What do you need to do to have a pre-order? So I said a sales page. Well, what should you put on the sales page versus your real page when you're ready to do that? That's what the program Takeoff, the Ready to Launch Product Takeoff program is about. But really that program is for somebody and for those people who really have their product defined. So the program that I'm thinking about for second quarter of 2018 is really idea to product, right? Really, how do you take something that you thought in your head and you translate and then you actually create a viable product that is ready to take for sale? So that's the next program that I'll be developing, and that'll be in the second quarter because we'll be in the first quarter going through the product takeoff program. All right, so I'm going to ask one more time if there's any questions. If there's not, I will let you guys go and we will talk later. So look out in the group for, look out in the group for bonus opportunities today, tomorrow, and over the weekend, because I've got to break the ties that are going on right now. So there'll be a variety of different types of activities that I'll do to get you guys some extra points so that we can break the tie. But all right, let me pause for a little bit. Are you guys good? Let me see who's on. Latrice, are you good? Andrea, are you good? Alicia, are you good? Do you guys have any questions? No? Okay, I'm going to refresh just one more time, make sure. And if not, I'm going to let you guys go. I think you guys are good. Nobody's asking anything, so I'm going to go. I have a training in Facebook ad school tonight, so I'm going to rest between now and then so my voice hopefully is not too haggard and I can hopefully break this little mild fever I've got going on now. All right. You guys don't have any questions. All right. So it was great talking to you guys this afternoon. If you have anything, do not forget to put in your videos or your post ready to launch your exercises, because it makes it so much easier for us to find them and tag you with the correct points. Just a reminder that the prizes are for the first prize, the person with the most points. The first prize is a $200 towards the product takeoff program. And then the second prize is a $50 gift certificate to Amazon, and that'll be delivered as an e-certificate, so you don't have to worry about me sending it. And then also the third prize is a $25 Amazon gift certificate as well. So I'm super excited I'm just so sorry that I'm not at my highest thing, but I'm afraid if I get all jazzed up, I'm gonna get my body all really super pissed off at me. But I am really super excited about you guys' participation. I'm really excited about your products and the services that you guys are working on. I know they're very near and dear to your heart, and I love listening to you guys' videos and talking through you and helping you with formalizing and finalizing your launch plan. So if you have any questions or need any feedback, please do not hesitate to tag me directly, and don't forget to put hashtag ready to launch so that we can get your points. All right, I'll talk to you soon. You guys have a great day.